Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Cup of Zoe. Today I got a Starbucks Frappuccino bottled beverage. I walked to the gas station this morning to get this because I had nothing else for caffeine and I needed it, and my car is buried in snow. So I figured, what else better to do than to film a cup of Zoe with the coffee I got this morning from the gas station. And I finished with writing this script literally this morning, and I took a shower and I put makeup on. I was like, let's film. I really felt motivated to film another episode of Cup of Zoe. I've been like on my grind with videos lately, and I've been trying to get as many quality videos out for you guys as possible. I have been falling a little behind with the vlogs, but don't mind that. I've just been very excited about these sit down videos and these Cup of Zoe videos and, you know, putting them on my podcast. So make sure you guys are following my podcast on wherever you stream your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, of course, and make sure you like this video if you enjoy it, and make sure you guys leave me comments down below. That always helps me out. And make sure you follow me on all my other social media. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you what this video is. So let me tell you what this video is. This video is something I do annually in honor of my birthday. My birthday is in about 2 weeks from the day I'm filming this. It's in 2 weeks and a day from the day I'm filming this, and I just want to get this video up around my birthday. But I do this video pretty much annually. I've done it the past few years for my birthday, where I did like 21 things I learned in 21 years. I did 22 things I learned in 22 years, and I've probably done it in other years prior to that as well, but I remember I did those the past few years. And so I'm turning 23 in 2 weeks, and now I'm going to be doing 23 lessons I've learned in 23 years of my life since I'm turning 23. So I always turn this into an article and then I do a video for it, and I'm really excited to dive into this. I've really put together, I feel like, a very high quality list here, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into 23 lessons or things that I've learned in 23 years. Number 1, you can't force inspiration, but you can seek it out. And number 2, along those same lines, you can't force joy, but you can seek it out.
To make your own sunshine, and now the sky is all bright.
The world can be a dark, shitty place, but you have to find the light within it. Whether it's through self-care, a job you really love, other people, helping other people, animals, media, distraction, escapism, creativity, hobbies, etc. It can be the simplest pleasures in life that bring us the most joy, and it's important to embrace them because they're fleeting, realistically. Number 3, with time comes wisdom, experience, maturity, and a greater understanding of life and the world we live in. We become a lot more aware in many ways as we get older, and we experience more of life's peaks and valleys and ebbs and flows. Mine, at least, my life, will never go completely smoothly, and I completely anticipate the bumps in the road, and I have to just use them as lessons and experiences to greater understand the world around me, become more aware of myself and my surroundings and my environment. Number 4, pushing people away when you're struggling and need those people is self-destructive and destructive to those relationships. Now, I'll say this. Some relationships are not worth maintaining, and it's up to you. You have to determine which of your relationships are worth keeping. I've had relationships with people who simply were not good for me, and they weren't healthy to be around for me, and it was a healthy decision for me to let them go. And that goes for family too. Sometimes the best family we could have is not our blood relatives, but our chosen family. And that's not even like meant to diss my blood relatives, but you know, Theo, Blackberry, Chloe, they're all my family. You guys even feel like my family to an extent. My point is, you can't always choose who you love and who you don't love. You may not love someone who you're expected to, or you may love someone greatly who you're not supposed to, or you shouldn't, but love isn't necessarily rational. Number 5, I can't control anyone but myself, and I think I've said this before, but it's so crucial and it's so important for me to remind myself of this often. I have rampant control issues, so it's really important for me to remind myself that I can only control myself and I cannot control other people's reactions, actions, words, behaviors, feelings. I can only control my own words, actions, reactions, behaviors. I can't even control how I feel necessarily either, but I can control how I choose to manage my emotions, you know what I mean? So that's a really important one as well. It's really important to remind yourself that you have no control over anything or anyone anyone but yourself, and the way you react to other people, and the way you choose your words, and the way you choose to behave. And obviously there's issues that people have. I have mental health issues. I understand sometimes the feeling that you have this inability to control yourself, and you have lacked control in many aspects of your life, probably a lot throughout your childhood, and you seek control in whatever way you can. And I get that. It's something I'm working on in therapy, but it's just like, I completely understand that, but you have to remind yourself that you only have control over yourself. So it's important to control yourself wisely, you know what I mean? Number 6, big life changes and transitions happen often around this age. I've learned how to manage many of them. I graduated from college in Florida in July, and I started graduate school in New York in August. Moving out of Florida, going back to Pennsylvania, and driving back and forth from Pennsylvania to New York for grad school before we found this apartment here in New York was really tough at times. And I was exhausted, truthfully, but I got through it, and we got this apartment in September. I got into a car accident in July, right after I graduated, less than 2 weeks after I graduated. And I learned all about the lengthy legal process after you get into a complicated car accident where the driver who hit me didn't have insurance and gave me a false phone number, and I got injured. It injured my already fucked up back and neck.
It's very grown up.
My neck, my back, lick my
And I had to go through a lot of treatment for it. But I learned all about that process. I moved across the country to Florida, back up to the Northeast, to New York. I learned about the whole complicated process of renting and moving into an apartment in 2 different states, neither of which is where I grew up. And I learned a hell of a lot about adaptation and flexibility in the process. Number 7, don't let anyone take away your joy because they're trying to lift themselves up by bringing you down. Never let those people win.
Like, I don't think you should ever have to apologize for your excitement just because it's like, I don't know, just because something's cliche doesn't mean that it's not something that's awesome. The worst kind of person is someone who makes someone feel bad, dumb, or stupid for like being excited about something.
Continue to enjoy what you enjoy, love what you love, maintain your passion for your passions, and your interest in your interests. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and support your endeavors, and just block out the naysayers.
You're being too loud.
It's much easier said than done. I completely acknowledge that. As most things in life that are worth pursuing are. And I've learned that it's not impossible though, by any measure. Number 8, if he wanted to, he would. I've really, truly learned that from Theo. Yes, like any human being, Theo has his limits, setbacks, and boundaries. However, he does so much for me, and he challenges me in many ways that I need and I love. He supports me and comforts me when I need that. And all in all, if he wanted to reciprocate the effort and work that I've put into the relationship and make certain sacrifices and compromises that I have, he would, and Theo does. That goes for friendship or familial relationships as well, honestly. If your friends or family aren't accepting the whole symbiosis aspect of any relationship, it's best to start considering what's right for you and your well-being. Number 9, at times around this age, you'll start to feel older. Like, not old, but you'll feel just older. When celebrities and athletes are younger than you, or you teach kids who were born in 2017, or you think about how the iPhone was invented when you were a child, or you'll realize that a lot has happened in the world and to you personally in your lifetime, you'll feel a bit older. It sure hits you sometimes. It's happened to me, and that's just going to happen more and more the older you get. With that being said, time is arbitrary. Time is a social construct, but time is also precious. We only have one life to live, so we should make it count.
YOLO, bitch!
But we control our time management.
What the fuck?
That is something we can control, is our own time management. Number 10, everything costs money, unfortunately, pretty much.
Bitch better have my money.
And living in New York is expensive, even if you don't live in the city. Just truly, living in New York is expensive. Inflation is out of control. Everything is expensive, and every tangible item that you need or want costs money, pretty much. Now, connection, love, creativity, and all of these abstract ideas are free, pretty much, sure. However, we live in a society where we need money to survive, unfortunately. unfortunately. And we need to feed ourselves with money. We need money to feed ourselves. We need money to put a roof over our heads, to buy appropriate clothing for the weather, drink water, take care of our hygiene, consume any sort of media, and for just about everything in order to maintain a decently comfortable lifestyle. It's a harsh reality, but it's the truth. Number 11, humans are inherently selfish. There, I said it. Everyone is looking out for themselves in the end, some more than others, honestly. Like anything, there's extreme people, and then there's people who are, you know, in the middle and try not to think extremely and try to be balanced. And then there's some people who are like, just, there's people all along the extreme scale, you know what I mean? But I like to say there's a selfishness scale from full-blown narcissism to like mostly selfless, but there's still a hint of that natural human self-interest. I think it can be a good thing because realistically, you don't have to be embarrassed by much. Everyone is mostly focused on what they're doing or where they're going or what's going on with them, how they're feeling. So they're probably likely not paying attention to you if you're like feeling embarrassed in public, you know what I mean? But it's also very human to feel embarrassment. I acknowledge that as well, and I completely understand that, and I felt it. People can be judgmental though, but again, I truly believe that people naturally do what's best for themselves, and there's not much wrong with that either to an extent. You have to take care of yourself in order to effectively care for others. You have to love yourself, or at least accept yourself, in order to effectively love others. I've truly learned that as well. However, you can't neglect others in favor of yourself at every opportunity. That's just narcissism. It's all about balance. And that segues into number 12. Balance is key. And I'm gonna say this in every fucking video. Get used to it. I say this every year, and I'm doing it again because it's so crucial to remember and for me to remind myself of. The balance between productivity and decompression time is something that I am always constantly working on. Work hard and take those well-deserved breaks, you know what I mean? Don't be extreme. Almost nothing is black and white. Don't think extremely in either direction or on either end of the spectrum. It's not healthy. It will drive you crazy. It will drive other people crazy. It will likely cause conflict with other people. So it's essential to just maintain a healthy balance within every aspect of your life, or at least strive to. You know, it's easier said than done again, but it's important for that to be something that you continue to work on. Number 13, I wanted to use a couple of Taylor Swift quotes for number 13 that I found in my little guide to Taylor Swift words to shake it off book over there. I'll show you. Here it is. I got this a little bit ago, so it's probably a little outdated. I don't know when this was from. Let's see. 2022. So it's a couple years old now, but here's some Taylor Swift quotes that I chose from this little book to demonstrate some life lessons that I've learned that Taylor has solidified for me. Put this there. She said, trying and failing and trying again and failing again is normal. So I want to just expand on that a little bit, but first of all, give you a second to let that sink in. Thank you, Dr. Pollock. Anyway, so yeah, like it's totally and completely normal and more than acceptable to try something, fail at it, try again, fail at it again, and keep trying until you get better at it, and you'll gradually get better at it. And you know, the more you practice something, the better you get at it. I don't like the phrase practice makes perfect because perfect isn't real, but practice causes improvement is something that I definitely believe. And another quote that I chose from this little book is, no one gets to have a place in your mind if they weren't invited there by you. So please do me this one favor. Don't let their ugly words into your beautiful mind. I'll give you another second to let that sink in. Thank you, Dr. Pollock. I just spilled coffee on my laptop. But yeah, I really don't have much to expand on in terms of that quote, but it's just like, it's pretty much says all I need to say. Just, you have control over how you let other people affect you. You know what I mean? So no one gets to have a place in your mind if they weren't invited there by you. So don't let them in. Don't let their ugly words into your beautiful mind. Don't let people's ugliness destroy or hinder your beauty, your natural beauty. Don't let it. Don't let those people win. Don't let those ugly, nasty people win. Number 14. I love this one. Sometimes the most genuine connections are established online. I don't know many of you guys personally, but I do know that I have this authentic connection with my audience. I met my best friend Chloe through YouTube, as she was my subscriber who reached out to me years ago. The internet is a very powerful tool. You can truly use it to your advantage in many ways without being malicious toward others. You don't have to do that on the internet. I acknowledge that the internet is a very vicious place, usually, generally, but you don't have to contribute to that personally, individually. You can use it to establish real connections, join communities that welcome you, and have important conversations, sometimes with others with opposing viewpoints. It's important to have this healthy connection and discussion on the internet, but realistically, I've also learned that the internet is, like I said, generally a vicious place, and I can't ignore that either, unfortunately. Number 15, take advantage of opportunities, network, make connections, and always try to learn from those opportunities and connections. Again, balance is key. Don't be a leech. Don't try to like probe people with questions or drain people of their energy in order to learn. At least I don't think that's the right approach. You want to show a desire to learn and grow and be inquisitive without being overbearing. And again, everyone is looking out for themselves in the end, so you should too. Do what's best for yourself, what's healthy for yourself, and what will bring you joy and fulfillment, satisfaction, success, or whatever you're personally striving for. It's not what you know, it's who you know is a very real thing, especially in the entertainment industry, and you should always try to learn something new every day, truly. And you should make those connections and network and use the it's not what you know, it's who you know to your advantage, and try to actively learn from those connections without, being a leech and probing people with questions annoyingly. You know what I mean? Balance. Number 16, I've truly accepted my prolificacy and precocity. I'm a wizard with words. I'm a talented writer in many forms. I'm a content creator and editor on-camera talent, as I can speak extemporaneously and eloquently to my camera. I can play the guitar and sing, and I know a lot about mental health from my own experiences and a lot of research, a lot of education about it, and I try to help other people with what I know. I've written 2 books. I have a spoken word poetry album released. I have a podcast. I've maintained this YouTube channel. I have a TikTok. I have an Instagram, a Snapchat, LinkedIn, Indeed, Facebook, Threads, Linktree, affiliate programs. I've written and produced multiple short films and articles. I won an award for a short film. I graduated from college as a valedictorian with 10 awards. I've overcome many, many obstacles. I mostly did this stuff and or maintained this stuff completely on my own, and I'm doing okay. I've experienced a lot at a young age, and while a lot of it has sucked in the moment, it's drastically grown my character, my wisdom, my strength, and I've been through the ringer. I have been hospitalized many times. I've gone through many different challenges with my mental health and my eating disorder, my borderline personality disorder. I'm on medication just to, function properly. It's hard to deal with a lot of the time. I've been through a lot of stuff. I was doxxed on the internet for months as a teenager. I've been bullied. It's been a wild ride, guys. I was in a car accident less than a year ago. It's been a crazy journey throughout my life, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna say I'm doing great, but I'm doing okay, and I'm managing, and that's all I can really ask for at this point. My point is not to dwell on the past, but to use your experiences as lessons and inspiration for creative work. Number 17, don't take the present for granted. Every moment is fleeting, so just slow down and enjoy the moment. You'll miss certain moments in the present once they become moments in the past, so just enjoy them while they are in the present. You know what I mean? For example, there are certain times I miss Florida. There are certain times I miss the weather there. There's certain people I miss there. I miss my school sometimes, but I enjoyed it while I was there, and I feel like I tried to make the most of it while I was there. I always knew it was temporary, so I tried to be in the present a lot. I struggled with that a lot, of course, but there are certain moments that I miss being there, and I don't miss it overall. I don't miss that specific state, but there are certain things I miss about being there, and of course, I don't expect to live in this apartment forever, and I'm sure I'll miss this place. I miss Pennsylvania a lot. I can always go back there, but it's kind of weird being back there. There's just all these complicated emotions I have with all these different places, but ultimately, I do miss certain moments in the past that I don't think I really like fully embraced the present enough while they were in the present, and then they became the past. So just enjoy the present and look forward to the future, of course, but just try to stay present and don't dwell on the past too much. But like I said, use those experiences as lessons learned and, you know, inspiration, but just try not to dwell, you know? Don't be a dweller like me. I'm trying to work on it, trust me. Number 18, be authentically yourself. It sounds a little cheesy, but just bear with me here. Be an individual. Don't always follow the crowd or what's on trend. It's generally good to keep up with what's trending or topical, but being your genuine self not only makes you more attractive, but it bolsters your own self-confidence, it makes you stand out, and it allows you to sell yourself professionally and personally. Everyone else is already taken, so just be yourself, as cliche as that sounds. Not to mention, phoniness and facades are generally turn-offs for many people, from what I've noticed, so just be yourself. Number 19, utilize coping mechanisms. Learn yourself, learn what works for you through trial and error. Actively utilize coping skills that you know will help you. Don't be self-destructive and engage with unhealthy coping strategies. Like, it's not good for you, it's not good for anyone around you, and I know sometimes that's the point, but 2026 is going to be a year of no self-destruction and yes, self-care. Be creative, don't ruminate, and be the primary active participant in your own self-care journey. And use your resources. Allow others to help you, and use what's right at your disposal to aid in your recovery. Your computer, your TV, your journal, whatever it is. Use what's right at your disposal to actively help in your recovery or coping. Number 20, take it day by day, one step at a time. Don't put too much on your plate or overload yourself at once. I tend to do that. Know your limits. Check off the tasks on your to-do list one thing at a time. Don't try to be overly productive by like multitasking with all these different things, as that will merely undermine true productivity. Like, try to do something from start to finish. I mean, there's certain things that you're gonna have to do, like multiple things at once. Like, yeah, that's part of life, but like, don't try to do so many different things at once, because you're not gonna get anything done at the highest quality. Any of those things that you're trying to do, none of those things are gonna get done at a very high quality or effectively. So I don't believe that you can be effectively, genuinely productive while being unfocused. That's just my opinion. Number 21, there are many components of self-care, especially for me personally. These include taking my medication every day, going to therapy, going to all of my appointments, hygiene, including brushing my teeth and putting on deodorant, showering, shaving, and maintaining relationships with healthy communication, honesty, compromise, and kindness, doing creative things like listening to and playing music, creating videos, editing, writing, fine art like drawing or painting or sculpting, etc. It's important to maintain my self-care, and it's important for all of you to maintain your self-care. As I said earlier, it's difficult to effectively care for someone else when your self-care is lacking. Number 22, extrinsic motivation does drive us in many ways, but intrinsic motivation is what is sustainable, in my opinion. We are all driven by rewards or fear of punishment at times, but what primarily drives us should come from within. You can do your work for personal fulfillment and accomplishment while also doing it for the money, but I believe that feeling of accomplishment and the ability to help others feels far better than doing a job merely for a check. If you're doing a job simply merely for a check, you're probably not doing the right job. I mean, I know that sometimes it's just reality for some people, but I feel like there's always that chance to find something that you're truly passionate about while still making a living off of it. You can do your schoolwork to learn and grow and educate yourself as a person while also trying to achieve good grades. Like, it's, again, balance is key. Again, I believe that intrinsic motivation is what lasts far longer than those external factors. Yes, you can use other people as external motivation, you can use money and grades and things like that as motivation, but truly what you should be primarily motivated by is your own desire to better yourself and to learn and grow and mature for the sake of yourself and society and other people and everything around you, everything and everyone around you. Coffee's done. Good thing we're on the last one. Number 23. This is the last one, guys. So I said this at the end of last year's video, but it still holds so true, and I believe that it's the perfect way to wrap things up. Things do gradually get better. It takes time. Like I said, it's a gradual process, but again, take it one day at a time. Just like literally just like take it 1 hour at a time if you need to. You know what I mean? But just like things and people in your life will ebb and flow throughout your life, and that's completely natural. Again, if you allow them to, things will get better. If you prevent things from getting better, it's a little bit more difficult for things to get better. But if you allow things to get better, you want things to get better, you have that desire, you have that motivation, then things will start to gradually get better. I'm at a much different place than I was even a year ago, the last time I filmed this video. And while I still have my struggles and I still actively struggle with a lot of things and run into treacherous obstacles a lot, which again is completely natural, I'm taking steps towards success and the betterment of myself. And I think that's the perfect way to wrap up this video. And I really enjoyed doing this video. I always enjoy doing this video every year with you guys. And I'm going to get this up around my birthday. And yeah, my birthday's in about 2 weeks, and that's crazy. And I'm excited. And yeah, it's just crazy. Just crazy. And I always enjoy doing this video every year, like I said. And I always enjoy doing Cup of Zoes. I always enjoy doing these sit down videos. I enjoy my vlogs. I enjoy all these different types of videos that I get to do with you guys. And I hope I get to continue to do this for a really long time because I just love this so much. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Share this video on my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. Comment other video suggestions in the comments, and make sure you guys get copies of both of my books, my memoir Battles on the Borderline and my poetry book, An Erotic Anthology of My Psychology, and follow me on all my other social media. Everything is linked down below. Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. The next video I will be uploading, I will be 23, so that's crazy. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. I hope you're doing well, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. Bye!